All right, we're letting in our very first guest in the Daverhood, connecting to audio. Now, we're not going to see her because she's been a little bit under the weather the last couple of weeks, but we do have, I'm hoping, audio wise, gotta unmute your mic, Leslie Hoban Blake. And we see her every week playing the Today Yesterday trivia quiz on Dave's Gone By. So she's
There we are. Hi.
Hello, Leslie.
Hello, Dave. How are you, darling?
Happy New Year to you. And at the same time, because this is going to be fun, I'm going to admit someone that Leslie and I have known for many, many years. Leslie and Charlie Gross co-host the TV program. Whoa, you really dressed for the occasion, Charlie. Look
Yes, he said he was going to wear a tux, and I'm not wearing anything, so there you are.
We're using our imaginations. Now, they co-host a show called Two on the Aisle, which is all about theater reviews and a celebration of New York theater. First of all, also welcome, Charlie, and Happy New Year to you. How are you doing, both of you guys?
Well, I don't see Charlie. I'm looking for Charlie.
Oh, well, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Wow. Okay. Now I see him. Wow. Okay.
Well, Leslie and I are doing what Manhattanites normally do on New Year's Eve. We are staying as far away from Times Square as we can.
Makes sense. Have you ever?
It's only 3 blocks from my house. You know, it's only 3 blocks away. I'm on 42nd and 12th.
Well, if there's millions of people, Leslie, do they swarm out past? Like, do you see them in the streets near you?
I'm on the river. Unless they're taking the ferry to go back to New Jersey, I don't see them at all.
Got it. Have either of you ever done the Times Square ball drop thing?
Did it twice. I did it twice. One year I was working. Remember, I think I said this on the show before. I was working New Year's Eve at a hotel, an acting. We had a marathon of plays at the Hotel Quaig on 46th. And we had to bring a mattress for the show through the crowds to get to the hotel because the side streets were closed, so we couldn't go on the side streets. So it was, excuse me, mattress coming through, excuse me.
And people thought you were just going to watch the ball drop from the most comfortable position ever.
And it was like it was 1984, I think. So it was not what it is now. I mean, it was a lot of people, but it wasn't what it is now, you know.
Now, Charlie, what is your favorite New Year's Eve or New Year's Day memory? Like the most fun or meaningful New Year's you've ever had?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
You know, I used to I have a friend in Staten Island, and he had a house.
Yeah.
And this is when, you know, most of us were in our strata apartments. He had already graduated to a house. And he'd invite us over there, and we'd get together, and we had fun. You know, we'd celebrate, and most of us would stay the night because you really don't want to be driving in New Year's Eve. It's you know, you're a little afraid of people being intoxicated and on the road. And one year, we had a mutual friend. He gave me a video camera and said, "Come downstairs." And we went down to the basement, and we did this video. And this video was his proposal. His girlfriend.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So I thought this was going in a porn direction in a very sick way, but no, Mazel Tov. That's lovely.
No time to edit, and then we went upstairs. We put the cassette in the VCR.
Oh, that's so cute.
Watching it, and we're all, you know, and only a few of us know what's going to happen. Only the ones of us who had done the video knew what was going to happen. And there he proposes to her on TV, even though he's standing right, and she said yes.
Thank God.
Why did he need the rest of you to be in the video?
Well, part of the video was, as he wrote it, was he was celebrating with a party with the host, and he was discussing.
Oh, it had a plot. It wasn't just I see. Okay,
yes,
there was a story. Okay, forget it. All right. Do you want to hear mine? My mother was extremely strict. I went to an all-girls high school. I was not allowed to date till I was 16. Literally, I was not allowed to date. I did go to my senior prom from high school, which was I had just turned 6. I was about to turn 16. So no, I don't know. I don't know. It was in that same year. But anyway, and I went with a football player from Columbia, so I was very happy. Who was an old friend from grammar school. But when I got to college and there were men/boys around, or boys/men, whichever, I went bananas, and I was so happy, and I was a very pretty girl. I didn't realize I was, but I was. And I had a lot of, there were a lot of bees buzzing around. So I got
And you were
one
the
time, I went to my first real New Year's Eve party was my best New Year's Eve party. Problem is I got drunk out of my mind because I also wasn't allowed to drink, and I drank. And I seem to remember coming home and throwing up in the bushes. I mean, it was a terrible, but the party itself was charming. Most of my New Year's Eves were dreadful and are still to this day, including tonight.
Oh, well, we're not making your New Year's Eve
Nothing
wonderful.
about you guys. I want to take 2 seconds to do a PSA for the shingles virus, for the shingles vaccine, rather.
Okay.
I am not on camera because I have shingles. I have had shingles for 4.5 weeks. It is a dreadful scourge from God. And if you haven't gotten the shingles virus, whoever out there is watching, please get the proper shingles virus. I had an older version and it wasn't good. And if you've ever had chickenpox, you're liable to get it. So, you
Yeah,
know.
see, I've had the aluminum siding virus, and it's really not bad. It's ha, ha,
Somebody said to me, hey, don't worry about the shingles. It's only bad when you get the roof.
boom, boom. Now let me ask you before we have our next guests coming in, because we're really literally we blocked it so that everybody gets essentially 5 minutes to themselves.
Terrific.
But I want to
We're
hear
getting 10 together, right? Okay.
right, from Charlie though, and Leslie, like favorite show, because you guys are theater critics and you do
Okay.
Tour on the Eye along Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
You want just a favorite show, period?
Yeah, favorite play and favorite musical. How about that?
Okay, real quick. You want Charlie to start? You want me to start?
Yeah, Charlie, Charlie, say something. Yeah.
Okay, well, I would, it's really hard to boil it down, but if I were to, I would say the revival of How I Learned to Drive, which had the original cast, Mary Louise Parker and David Morse, 20 years ago. And, since this is about a teenager who's basically being sexually abused by her uncle, who at the same time is teaching her how to drive. And I think over the last 20 years, we have become certainly more aware of the problem, of the issue, but the play still packed such an amazing impact, and the performances were just so spot on that I think it may have even had a greater impact than it had originally, at least for me. Musicals, that's a little hard. I certainly liked Mr. Saturday Night with Billy Crystal, but I think I might go with Some Like It Hot. This is based on the Billy Wilder film, and unfortunately, it trips over its wokeness a little once too often. But but with the exception of Adriana Hicks, who plays the Marilyn Monroe sugar with less spice than it needs, the cast is amazing. And Casey Niccolo, who's the director choreographer, has this chase scene in the second act that I think you'd have to go back to Jerry Robbins' Keystone Cops Ballet in Hyde Button to find anything like it. It's the best bit of choreography I've seen in some time.
See, sadly, I missed so much theater this year because of illness. And you've gone back to you took one play from the beginning of the year and you took one play from now. Both of my plays are from now because I've seen more October, November plays than anything else. But I have to say that A Man of No Importance, which was off Broadway, which I found absolutely charming. John Doyle's finale at the Classic Stage Company, and it starred Jim Parsons in the role that Roger Rees originated, and it's the story of a closeted gay bus driver in Dublin in 1964 who's got a thing for his coin collector, his ticket collector on the bus, who's named Robbie, played by A.J. Shively. And what Doyle has done is to set the play in the amateur theater company that Alfie has started to do the plays of Oscar Wilde. So it's perfect because it's a ragtag band doing a ragtag show, but it isn't. It's a perfectly timed show. And Mayor Winningham, Mary Beth Peel, and Tom Sesma are wonderful veteran actors. And to see them doing these, this kind of thing where everybody plays 6 different roles is just wonderful. It's a tribute, I think, to the late Terrence McNally, who wrote the book and was not able to see this particular production. But I just found it to be so delightful, and it just opened up the play so much for me. I didn't like it half as I didn't like the original at Lincoln Center half as much as this lovely little vest pocket version, as they say.
Oh, cool. Well, Leslie, I'm going to stop you there for the moment because we have another guest in the neighborhood, another theater, or, well, she was a theater person for many years. Now she's a business person. Now she makes real money writing. Now she has an actual job writing about people who make real, actual, dollars and cents. Her name is Iris Dorbian. And Iris and I go back, God, probably about 20 something years as well. Iris, how are you? Let me show you are unmuted as well. So first of all, how was your 2022?
It was a mixed bag. There were,
That's Leslie Hoban Blake over there, yeah.
I'm the unseen voice. I'm sorry, it's Leslie Hoban Blake. I agree with you, Iris. I was laughing.
But why mixed, Iris?
Okay, well, I mean, there were some good things that happened to me professionally, some really nice things. However, on a personal level, there were a lot of people I know who either died or people who, like, even today, like my hairdresser, her husband died a week ago. I mean, just people who I really like, if they didn't go this year, then it was somebody very beloved to them. So that just really cast a pall over this year. It really made it very sad.
Lauren Yarger lost her husband last week on Christmas.
Who did?
Lauren Yarger. Lauren.
We don't know who that is.
From the drama desk. From the drama desk in OCC, theater critic.
Cool. Well, the Nazi died, so there's still hope. But so Iris, did you I know you love to travel and you've been doing some traveling. Did you go anywhere in 2022?
I went to Costa Rica. And yeah, I went to Costa Rica in June, and it's funny because I loved that trip, and yet it was just in June. And it just feels like it happened about 20 years ago. It was great. It was in the beginning of the rain season. So it did rain like practically every day, but not the entire day, but it did, rain every day. And I brought I brought rain sneakers, which were great. And I had I brought like my insect repellent. They said to bring that. But anyway, so
Iris, you're so Jewish. You're talking about a trip to Costa Rica. You'll get to this exotic locale. Oh, I brought the insect repellent. I had the sneakers, and they were just right. They kept the rain out. They were beautiful. By the way, but I want to hear a little bit more from Iris. But Leslie and Charlie, I've got to let you guys go, but wish you both a most happy and healthy, certainly Leslie healthy, but both of you healthy. Do you have any quick shout outs to people that you want to say a Happy New Year to?
No, I want to know if Iris did the skyline or not.
Did you do the skyline?
Oh no, I didn't do that. I was on a travel group, and there were a few people who did that. I didn't do it, and I'm glad I didn't, because it was raining torrentially when they were doing that.
I see your point.
And they told me that the people who did that told me that they were in fear of their life.
I would imagine.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice to see you again, Iris. We've done the trivia thing together, I believe.
Yes, it's good. Yeah, good to hear you, Leslie.
Yes, I know, darling. I'm in the fourth and a half week of a case of shingles. I am not fit to be seen by man nor beast.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. No, it's okay. That's why I'm an absentee voter.
Sure, after the show, she's going off to a shingles bar. So,
I am. I'm going to a shingles bar. Very
I'm going to let you go.
Hardy har har. I am blowing kisses you can't see.
Blowing them right back at you.
Happy New Year.
And Charlie, wait, before you go, any shout outs to your family? Anybody you want to say hi to?
Sure. Well, to my good friend Jeff Goodman, who joined me on Two on the Aisle. We taped a few shows this week. He came all the way from Vegas to help out. And so we'll be airing those shows shortly. To your lovely wife, David. And
my wife's not David. Her name is Joyce, not David, by the way.
Thank you. And basically, one trend I hope we'll see less of is sick actors, because I've, practically every show I've been to this year, there was a major lead or supporting player who was out that night, which before COVID, if I saw one understudy a year, that was a lot. So I'm,
Wow.
I'm hoping that's a trend that we will not see in 2023.
Here, here. And I hope to see you, Charlie, in 2020. Certainly everybody watch Charlie and Leslie on Two on the Aisle. Most happy New Year to your family.
Thank you.
Gazoo.
Our goal this year is 1,000 subscribers, so we're hoping.
I'm
Okay.
hoping with you. Bye, Charlie.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. Bye-bye.